Well, hello, everybody. How you doing? My name is Mickey. This is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for Middle Americans. All the people that watch this are the best kind of people. They're my kind of people. They are people. They are Americans. They are Middle Americans. It doesn't matter what your demographic is. Doesn't matter where you've been. Doesn't matter where you're going. Just matters that you're here with us and we're trying to solve the world's problems because the world's got a bunch of problems. First and foremost, we don't all consider ourselves on the same team. I just want to let you know that here at Mickey in the Middle, we're all on the same team. And what we need to so I asked myself, uh, I got to write this down because I came up with a. Here's the thing: who's the enemy? Somebody said something earlier to me today that I heard. I don't know whether it was on the news, on the TV, or whatever. Somebody said they're trying to take away my rights, and because of Roe v. Wade, we're going to lose it all because of crazy people. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's a large swath of Americans that are saying that people of a different race are bad. I don't believe that there's a large swath of Americans that are out there that are significant enough to count that are saying that trans people can't get married or can't use a different bathroom. I don't believe that there's large swaths of America that says that LGBTQIA plus shouldn't be able to have a relationship with each other for insurance purposes, for health purposes, for medical insurance, for death for if somebody gets in the hospital that they can't go see them. I don't think there's anybody in the world. All of these policies. I had a family member. And I read the post that they put out. And it's like, who are the people that they are talking about? They're like, oh my God, they're the enemy of freedom. And they don't want who is the enemy of freedom? Because we're all on the same team. Just because I don't agree with you on certain issues. Oh, my hat's all crooked. Because I don't agree with you on every single issue does not mean that we're not on the same team and that we got to work it out. People think that because I disagree with them, they're thinking that I am some kind of crazy Republican lunatic. I'm not a crazy Republican lunatic. I don't even like the Republican Party. I'm telling you right now, I do not even like the Republican Party. You know who I like? I like independents and libertarians. That's who I like. I like people that don't want to get involved with other people's business and that believe that the world needs to take care of the world and that we need to take care of our friends, our family, our friends, our neighborhoods, our cities, our counties, our states, and the United States of America. That's what I believe in. Now, inside of that, it all boils down to one thing. It all boils down to freedom and whether you believe that freedom exists. Because right now the government wants to take all the freedom away from us. And it's absolutely terrible. And then some of the crap that the Democrats are putting out is unbelievable to raise money. It's crazy. So anyway, let's do the Chat Olympics, and then we're going to get into the rest of this. So hello. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Carolyn Greg's Ledger is back on top. Holy smokes. She was unseated for one day. I just want to let you know, congratulations to Carolyn Greg's Ledger. She is back on top. So Carolyn, gold medal Greg's Ledger. Susie, silver medal Goebel, is back in the silver medal position. That means that everything is right in the world because Susie, silver medal, she didn't get that nickname by being anything other than the silver medalist. She is right there in the top three. She's a perennial top three. And that is awesome. And Darla Stordo, congratulations, coming in with a bronze medal. Now, Darla's won before, and she's done very, very well. And I just want to let you know that it's an all lady finish. And I just want to say congratulations to the top three. That's going to be Carolyn, Susie, and Darla, bronze medal Stordo. That is absolutely. And then look at that. Lane Calcaterra is right after that, followed by Mark Calcaterra. First dude was 5. That's crazy, right? And then Sherry Clark. All right, so I got to tell everybody, Sherry Clark's here. Hey, good. We've missed you, Sherry. So let me tell you about my day. So my day started pretty doggone early in the morning because I'm the president of the Property Owners Association. And somebody had to let me know at about 6 o'clock this morning that there was a construction crew in the neighborhood that started firing off nail guns and started making a lot of noise at about 6 o'clock this morning. And you want to know why they do that? Because it's hot in Arkansas. It was going to be damn hot in Arkansas. So construction crews want to work early so that they can get as many hours in before the sun gets blazing hot and they all fry themselves. So when somebody calls me that early in the morning, I have to wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely terrible. But the second thing happened is Sydney. I spent all day with my daughter, Sydney. There is nothing better than being able to spend a little bit of time with our family members without any controversies. You know how much politics we talked? We didn't talk any politics. We didn't talk politics. You want to know why? Because she's 24 years old. Her politics are going to be drastically different than mine. She grew up in a different world than I grew up in. Now, she's 24, so that means that she's not Gen X, and that means that she's not baby boomer. She's not necessarily millennial, but she's right on the difference between, right on the edge between millennial that grew up with baby boomer parents and the Gen X that grew up with computers and, all of the rumors that you have about the entitled community, that is Gen X. So she gets to see it, but she's also a college age student. So she's got a lot of friends that are out there. And we know that we're going to be different politically because I'm older and I've got gray hair and she is younger and she's got light blonde hair, dark blonde hair, a light brown hair. And she is a female and I am a male. And I grew up during a different time without technology. Yet she asked me today, she goes, hey man, what was your favorite memory of growing up? And I thought, wow, that's nice of her to ask me that question. But when we got up, we had a little bit of breakfast. She said, hey, I've got a slow leak in my tire. It's been there for about 6 months. I keep going about once a month to go get air. I've brought it into someplace and they didn't fix it. They said that they couldn't find the leak. And they charged her or they didn't charge her. I don't know whether they charged her or not. So anyway, then you know what we did? I said, well, I happen to know the best tire person in all of Cabot. So I called up Sherry Clark at A-Star Tire. And she said, hey, right now I'm a little bit busy. Can you come over in 1 hour? And I said, yeah, I can be there in 1 hour. She said, that'll be awesome. Come over in 1 hour. And she had 2 other people that were there. And you know what? She had 2 other people that were there. She still took the tire off of my daughter's car. She still got it inspected. She still found the screw that was in it. She found out how to plug it. And we were out of there. And the post office guy was out of there. And the other guy was out of there by the time that we had spent 27 minutes with Sherry at A-Star Tire. Complete professionals. Tire off the car, tire off the rim, found the problem, tire off the rim, fixed it, repaired it, tire back on the rim, tire back on the car. She fixed the tire of a post office person, and she did all that, and the other person that was there, all within 28 minutes. That was the best service ever. A-Star Tire on 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. Holy smokes. Let me see if it is here. Because there it is. Hey, one moment, because I want to show you this. Oh, I can't show it to you. So anyway, I sent a picture. I sent a great picture of it. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Actual. Oh, I didn't send it to me. Doggone it. Inbox, outbox, send. Damn it. Got a great picture of it. Where are the pictures? Stand by. Don't worry. I promise. I've got a point to all of this. I've got a point. There we are. So there's me. There's Sherry. There's Sydney in the background. There's a picture of her car. I don't know. Her car's not in the picture, but Sherry hooked us up. And here's the thing is, When you ever do have an opportunity to have good friends, you got to take care of those good friends. And Sherry takes care of me every single time that I go in there. She takes care of my daughter. She takes care of my family, takes care of my friends. So do me a favor. This is not an advertisement for Sherry. She doesn't pay me to do this. I only do this because she's my good friend. And if you need tires, you give Sherry a call, and that's absolutely awesome. Then you know what else we did? Then you know what we did? That Sydney and I watched a movie together and we watched a TV show together. And then we went fishing. My little girl outfished me 15 fish to 1. Can you believe that? There's nothing better than having a dad moment when you can have your daughter go out and do that. And she is of a different political persuasion than I am. She is demographically all different than I am. And I wanted to think you about this. I want you to personally think about the demographics of the people that we're talking about today. I want you to think about me. I'm 59 years old. I'm gray hair. I'm a veteran. I think I'm a nice guy. I don't know what people consider me, but I do this show. I have a small business. I served in the United States Air Force for 30 years. I try to do right by my community. I have this little show here called Mickey in the Middle. Today, I went and visited my friend Sherry Clark, who is quite a bit younger than me, who is a different demographic because she is a XX chromosome. I'm an XY, she's an XX. I don't know. Anyway, she's a girl. She is a nice person, and she is a business owner, and she's in the tire business. And she is going to have an entirely different set of background than I have got. And then we have my daughter, who's younger than me and is younger than Sherry, who is educated more than anybody else that I know. I've got a college degree. I don't know what kind of education Sherry's got, but I know that she's an awesome person. She's an awesome business person, and she is well loved here in Cabot. All I know is Sydney is the most educated person I know. She's got a degree in chemical engineering. She just finished her first year in med school. You cannot get 3 people with different demographics than those 3 people right there. And you know what? All 3 of us are on the same team. We all want the same thing. We all want to be secure in our homes. We all want to have the opportunity to succeed. We all want to have a good town to live in. We all want to be able to say whatever we want to be able to say. We want to be able to worship however we want to worship or not worship. We want to be able to protect ourselves in the way that we find best to do that. And we want to be able to protect ourselves from the government if the government gets tyrannical, because that's what the Second Amendment says. We want to have the ability to hang out with the people that we want to hang out with. We want to have freedom from being persecuted by the government and having the government take away our rights if they think that we are guilty, and that they will not search our stuff unless upon suspicion and having a warrant presented to a judicial authority to issue a warrant for either arrest or to have a search on our property. We want to have the ability to not incriminate ourselves or be forced to incriminate a family member, because we know that that's going to end up going south for all of us. Now, these are very simple, and they're all written down in a little couple of papers called the Constitution of the United States of America. I think it's 7 pages, and that's including all the amendments. And we've had 27 amendments on there. Now, I got a question for you. If we can, all 3 of us, be at different ages, be of different demographics, gender-wise, I don't know. I'm Catholic. I'm part non-denominational, part Catholic. I don't know what Sherry is. I don't know what Sydney is all the time. But here's the thing is, if we can all get along, why does it seem like our country's under such stress? Is what we read online what is really happening out there in the world? Because all I know is Today, when I went to visit my friend to get my tire fixed, her daughter's tire fixed, and when I went and watched a movie with my daughter upstairs, and when we went fishing, and we met other people that were out there fishing with us, there was no controversy. We just all lived in the United States of America. We minimized our differences, and we didn't go and get aggressive with each other and start pointing fingers and start yelling and screaming and hollering, because that's not what people do in polite society. So when somebody tells you that the world's falling apart, I don't believe them. Yesterday we were talking about random acts of kindness. Sherry was telling me today when I went over there to get that tire for my daughter and had that great picture come out. Sherry was telling me that she's got let me do this real quick. Let me save. There we go. Sherry was telling me about somebody when she went to go get some lunch the other day, somebody that looked really, really, really depressed. And she gave them a really large tip. And it changed their day. And it changed their perspective. And they smiled. And the look of relief that came over their face was almost indescribable. We need more of those random acts of kindness. And we talked about some random acts of kindness the other day. But we also need to wish each other well and understand that we're not always going to be able to get along, and we're not always going to be able to have discussions where we're both on the same side. Because even if we're talking oil, even if we're talking climate change, even if we're talking abortion, even if we're talking about incarceration, even if we're talking about the death penalty, we still have to be able to discuss it so that we can come up with a reasonable solution. And that's all I'm asking everybody to do. Don't be mean anymore. Don't buy into the TikToks. Don't buy into the Instagram, the pictograms, the Facebooks, the TikToks, the Twitters, the Rumbles. Just don't do that. Understand that leaving politics aside, we all have one of the greatest countries. No, not one of the greatest countries. The greatest country in the history of the world. We have created more wealth for ourselves and for people across the nation than could ever be described in any other way, shape, or form. And that opportunity is right around the corner for those of you who have no opportunity. I had a couple of opportunities fall in my lap yesterday. A friend of mine called me from out of the blue and said, "Hey, I got some things I need to talk to you about. Based on your experience, based on your age, based on a lot of the different things and about your knowledge and your background, I think that we might be able to get into business." There's also opportunity on the internet. Did you know that the majority of people in the United States of America are employed by small businesses? The majority of people in the United States of America are employed by small businesses. That means what Google does, they can influence, but they're not going to win against middle America, because middle America is where it is at. Middle America has the opportunity to make themselves relevant in this year's election. But you got to be informed. You got to find out who's being dangerous in the world. You got to find out who is being disingenuous when it comes to smiling at you and saying, "We're doing all we can to lower oil prices, and it's Putin's price hike, and that it's small business owners that own gas stations." We have to realize that what they are saying is bullshit. It is provable that on the first day Biden was in office, he signed an executive order shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, which by this time would have been completed. That the EPA is going after coal, natural gas, and oil in the biggest way possible. That the policies that he enacted in Europe, and right now he's in Saudi Arabia, begging Saudi Arabia to make gasoline. Do you think that they're going to be able to refine as much gasoline and refine as much oil as we do, as clean as we do it in the United States of America? You got to understand, Saudi Arabia has billions and billions and billions of dollars. Billions and billions and billions of dollars. And instead of having jobs in the United States of America, instead of having jobs in refineries in America, instead of drilling in America so that we can keep the process clean and as clean as we possibly can keep it for using oil, instead of doing that here and employing Americans in order to do that, the answer from the Biden administration is no. Now, we can disagree with that. We can disagree on that. But those are political questions that need to be answered at a ballot box, not on Facebook, and not by coming to somebody's house and protesting or getting all up in or being aggressive. We don't need that in our lives. It's one of the things that I have discovered that over time we can do better. How am I going to do this? Hold on just a second. This is cute. This is cute. There it is. All right, here we go. So this is what I wanted to show you earlier. This is a highlight, man. That's a highlight reel right there. Sherry Clark, yay! She's my hometown hero. She's absolutely my hometown hero. And there's my daughter, Sydney. There's her car. There's the Jack. There's me. So I just wanted to let you know I am so happy that Sherry Clark is my friend. That is awesome. So that's all I want to say tonight. I want to just say, remember how last night I said, hey, random act of kindness, make it regular acts of kindness? We need to do that. That is absolutely fabulous. The next thing is, I want you guys to have a great weekend. I want you to go find something to do with a family member, with a friend, with somebody in your community that maybe you don't even know. I want you guys to have an absolutely wonderful time because you deserve it. You're middle America. We are one of the most prosperous countries in the world, but you don't need to spend a lot of money in order to go out and take a walk, in order to go and say hello to a neighbor, in order to make cookies for somebody and take them over there, or go work and volunteer at a school, at a place where disabled folks would be living or working. It doesn't take much to go down and just volunteer in your local community, because that really is what's going to make us all better. The more that we get involved with the community, the more that we know each other, the more that we share ideas, the more that we can communicate as a country, the more that we can be one community, then we won't be as mean to each other. And we don't need to be mean to each other. There's enough evil in the world that we can all be mean and be against that. But here's the thing is, like I said earlier in the show, I don't see this huge, overwhelming, racist bunch of people out there. I don't see a whole bunch of people that are being sexist, that are being racist, that are being hateful. Now, I'm sure that they exist. And in some communities, they're worse than other communities. But here's what I need to know. Here's what I'd like you to know. We need each other because we're all we've got. We've got to work together to make the world a better place. And I hope you work on that a little bit tonight, and I hope you work on that this weekend. And then I'm going to see you Monday. Because remember, Mickey in the middle, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here wherever I am, right wherever you are. Remember to like, share, hit the notification bell. Remember that I love you, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your comments. It's nice to see you. Oh, it's great to see you too, Sherry. Does yard work count? Yes, Carolyn Gregg Ledger. I've got a yard. My daughter is going to go and visit friends tomorrow. The first thing I got to do is I got to get up and I got to go help a neighbor take down a limb that got blown down in a storm the other night. So I got to go help him cut up that limb, maybe take out the tree. And then I've got a yard full of work that's just waiting for me out there right now. So thank you very much. You guys be good. Hey, Susie. Good night, everybody. You guys take care. Remember, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate you watching. And without further ado, good night, small one. I love you. See you.